Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Harmuth, and I'm a professional artist. And I'm going to invite you into my studio today to show you the foundation of my setup. There's been quite a bit of interest of what type of paints materials that I'm using, what are the surface materials that I'm using, what are the type of brushes that I'm using. So today I'm going to show you basically around the studio of my setup, what I use, and hopefully that will be of interest to you and helpful to you at the same time. I do have this very large drafting table. It's covered with corrugated cardboard, and on top of it is this glass palette that I use for oil painting, but I'm using it on this surface right now to keep the area clean, and I'm able to see the paints on a white surface. White surface, white canvas. So when I'm seeing colors here, I'm going to be seeing them up here when I place them onto the canvas. One of the things that I love to use are pre-mixed colors. The full range chrome of colors laid out in front of me, sort of like a xylophone. My blues, my grays, my purples, my greens, my browns, my ochres, my tints, my whites and blacks. Those are pre-mixed. That helps move the painting process along, speeds the process up, because I'm not mixing yellow and orange and a little gray, orange and yellow and a little green. I sort of have colors that are pre-designated, and then I augment those with art school colors or paints that I buy from the art store, and I'm going to show you what some of those are. I do like using the Amsterdam brand, and you can see that this bright cadmium orange, this deep, well, this doesn't even have a color, I'm sure. It's a very deep dark blue, light orange, very light green. I like buying them in these large tubs. You can squirt them out right onto the palette, onto these little tiny pallets that I use. You just squirt them right out as needed, close them up. I also buy paint in the smaller tubes, all different brands. Winsor Newton, these are Amsterdam. I also have golden colors. Excuse me. And when I'm using my major colors during the painting, pre-mixed, then when I come closer to the end of the painting, where I'm going to be adding the richness, the depth of color, then I go back to the colors that I purchased at the art store. These other colors are pre-mixed, and they're pre-mixed from the paint store. They come in tubs, they're small tubs, Home Depot, Lowe's, Sherwin-Williams, wherever you particularly like. I particularly been using right now, I switched from Home Depot over to Sherwin-Williams. Not only that, I'm able to purchase them in these larger tubs, so as needed I fill up the smaller tubs. These little particular palettes that I use to mix colors when I'm painting, I might mix one or two colors, or I might take some of the color from the art store and mix it onto the palette. I use them during the process. I keep them stacked up. I also have a supply of them if I really need quite a deal more of them. But when you're done with these, you can actually take the paint, you can peel them off, peel the paint off, and they're reusable. I also, when I'm mixing on these particular palettes, I take the paint and I lay them on, and I keep fresh color, not intermixing with the colors that are in the palette. Brushes. Lots of people want to know how many brushes. I have them stockpiled. I'll tell you the name brand that I particularly like a great deal. I actually buy them from Jerry's Artorama up in West Orange, New Jersey, and these are Black Silver by Dynasty. They're very inexpensive, and I use them quite extensively. This is a number 8. I probably use an 8, a 6, and then maybe a 2. So maybe the whole painting is done with 3 brushes. This is the craft store, art store brush. This is a brush that's used for touch-up in a home, but you can buy them for 99 cents or less, and I buy them maybe 10 at a time. The same with these black silvers. I buy them 10 at a time, so I have quite a stock of them. But as you can see, I use them a great deal. There's paint all over them, and to make them last long, I'm constantly cleaning them, and they get put in alcohol after I'm done. They're washed in alcohol, and then they're rinsed into water, and they're laid out again just on this little tray with a paper towel, and they're right here to the right side of me with the water and this little basket of paper towels. So when I'm wetting, I'm drying, wetting, painting, cleaning, drying. So the whole process is right here, quickly in front of me, and easy to reach and to get to. One other thing that I do use is this monitor. It's a 24-inch monitor, and I'm able to hook up my photos that I'm using for the painting that I'm working on with this little mini connector and HDMI cable. Once I plug it in, my image comes onto the monitor and stays there while I'm working, and I can access the photo and the artwork and the painting at the same time. I use that as a frame of reference. I like to take all the ideas that I'm going to be making for the painting. I like to take that all in, make small thumbnail sketches, or at times I like to go right to the painting. So I have my art store colors, I have my hardware paint store colors, I have my canvas, I have my Dynasty brushes, and my water setup, and that's what's necessary for me to work in the studio. Very narrowed down to the type of colors that I like to work with. Some people ask me, what is that crazy turquoise green you have? Here it is. Find one at the hardware store that you like. Several chips, have them make some samples for you. Find one that you like, or try several of the different brands and find ones that you're comfortable with. These particular paints are kind of wet, and they're thick enough to lay on, and they might move around a little bit, but the process with them is lay color on, lay color, other color back over it, color next to color, and then when you're ready to add the rich deep colors, go to your art store colors, your name brand colors, Golden, Amsterdam, this is Premier.